Welcome, Libra, to your monthly love reading for September 2018. So let's look into, and I wish you a happy birthday, as your birthday will approach towards the end of the month. So do enjoy that, all right? So let's look into what's going on with you, Libra, in love for September 2018. We're going to do something different. Not sure what that was. So overall energy between you and your partner or love interest, what they might be bringing towards you, your response, their response, your response, advice, outcome for Libra in love. Okay. So we have the mutual energy between both of you. Money, things coming through. This could be a gift. It could be something that you are working towards. You're putting that energy out, and you're trying to maybe manifest that new home, keep the relationship stable. And I feel like this is good when it comes to being approved for something for a lot of you out there. Now, we do have that particular person is bringing some emotional growth or security towards you in some way. So I feel like this is something that's happy. There could be pregnancy as well. If there is pregnancy in a situation, your love interest might be trying, they're out doing something so that they can secure the connection, and that you two can be stable emotionally. And I feel like this is either new love interest or something that's growing and renewing with you and them. Now, what is your response? So this is the Seven of Wands. So I feel that if that person feels that way for you, if you feel that way for them, and you can't really make that connect, some of you might express your plight, express why you might not be getting all that you want. Yes, I feel this way. Yes, you feel that way, but you're not taking the action. You're not really expressing it. You're not really doing things. So just because you feel it doesn't mean that it's going to, grow or blossom into something significant. So I feel like you are standing up for something and expressing these things to let them know, yes, these are good opportunities here for you when it comes to money and career, especially if you're doing something together that could be very creative in some way. So that's really good. Now, what is their response? So your partner or love interest might be someone who's out in the open, or someone who's very attractive to, what other people might be very attracted to them. So they could be receiving recognition, or a lot of others might be after them in some ways. So you might not like that. Others of you, this is a connection that is really good. So you might be joining forces with your partner in some way. You're out in the open with the connection, and the relationship is stable, it's strong, you're feeling good, and I feel like things could be going very well for the both of you. So that's nice to see. So keep that in mind. What is your response? So again, I feel like this is you. I mentioned that scenario, right? So that means if the devil is showing up, that means that you really, really want to be around that particular person. And others of you might even have some fear about this new love interest and how things might unfold. So I feel like you're really motivated to be around somebody, and I feel like you're really, really into them, which could be unhealthy for you at times, because it could cause this deprivation or desperation sometimes. And you feel like sometimes when they're not focused on you, you want to pull them in. You feel like they're going to move away, or somebody else is going to take them away, and that's where you doubt yourself and your own confidence. So be careful about those things, all right? And others of you, make sure you don't fall back on certain vices and things that are not quite healthy for you, because it could cause obstacles with the connection. And if your partner sees that you're kind of falling down or falling away, they could be moving away from you. So just try to be you, try to be yourself, but try to be alert as well. Advice. Now, that particular person, I feel like they could be either talking to other people, or that they are dealing with somebody else. And I feel like either you or them, you need to sever that particular tie in some way and address that issue before it's again blown out of proportion, or you fall back into a pattern of accepting something that's not quite right. So Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, you have water energy as well. You have Capricorn showing up, but it just depends here. So I feel when that is showing up, just be mindful about focusing on career. That's important first. Try not to mix business with pleasure. You can balance the two and be happy at the same time, but make sure that you don't get into a scenario where you're attracted to someone in a workplace or someone that you work with, and then things get too much or too out of control. All right, and we have the outcome of the moon in reverse, and this energy is where things will be revealed to you in some form or fashion. And I feel like a lot of times that's where you have to take the pedal, take the foot off the gas, our pedal, and slow down a bit, and just kind of be a bit, don't be afraid, but be cautious about just trusting and opening up to somebody. Clarify the devil for Libra. So the energy of where you're restricted and you might be tempted to fall back on something or fall back on someone else because of financial security in a marriage or relationship that was stable. Some of you might stay with that connection because of that, and you might not work. Your partner might be afraid to accept you if you're not willing to work and kind of do the 50-50 thing, or just to kind of help out with the relationship. So I feel like they might be issues there. Others of you are so focused on things not working out, you feel like things can't work. But I feel like your partner, if they're not around, if they're not communicating, is because they might have some issues with being confident, being strong, and putting in energy and effort to manifest the things that they want in a material realm. So keep that in mind. And let's see, clarify the moon in reverse for Libra. So this is a child. This is something creative, something joyful. I feel like some of you might even be separating from somebody who is now a friend as well. Also, if you did in the beginning, I mentioned the Ace of Cups is a card of it's emotional growth, it's joy, it's friendships as well. Some of you could be in love with a friend, someone that you were friends with, and now that was like a best friend or something like that, and the connection became deeper. But they may have had someone else on that they were talking to already, and that could really be bothering you because that was like a secret, or not a secret so much, but it still affects you because they still have some tie with that particular person. Others of you are dealing with someone who may have had sexual interactions with somebody, and somebody was pregnant, and that makes an odd scenario because of what you two are going through right now, because you're attracted to them. Maybe you have some plans and that happens, so it takes you, it's an oddball kind of situation. So I just feel like you have to just be mindful of taking things slow when you're dealing with somebody. And if like some of you might still be in love with someone that you did separate from, maybe an ex-partner, and you need to be friends right now instead of going back into that relationship and being disappointed, because then it caused a lot of wounds to be opened back up again. And just be careful. So messages for Libra for September 2018. So we have calling in your soulmate. Your prayers and affirmations and visualizations help bring you together. Yes, so that's part of the trying to be strong, trying to believe that if you do have a really strong connection with somebody, that it can happen, it can manifest in due time. But not until they make some changes, not until you make changes as well. That self-love and trying to have faith that things will eventually work out. Let's see, messages for Libra. One more card for Libra for September 2018. Then we have let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. The opportunities are there. Yes, it might be odd for you, it might feel strange, you might not have all of the facts, and I feel like even you healing from something or trying to renew and forgive somebody to allow them back into your life just depends. Now you relate that to what you're going through, what you've been through with somebody. But I feel like if you have control issues, or if you're dealing with somebody who has control issues and they constantly do certain things to get under your skin to make you feel down or less than, part of you changing these things is feeling better about yourself and your personal power, and the fact that you don't have to deal with these things, and just to try to put that into that perspective. So that's going to be a reading. I do send you a lot of love, lots of light too, tons of healing vibes as well. You can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something personally for you, as these are general. Okay, have a good one.